Come in. This is Professor Toto, and officially it has arrived at the Conservative College. Breaking news, and I need to break it down for you. Donald Trump has just swung the Thor hammer. Oh yes, Donald Trump swings again. The Jedis fight back. There is a release on Truth Social. Let me read it to you from Donald John Trump. Now that the Democrats are using the Epstein hoax involving Democrats, not Republicans, to try and deflect from their disastrous shutdown and all their other failures, I will be asking AG Attorney General, the General Pam Bondi, and the Department of Justice, together with our great patriots at the FBI. He's referring to Bongino and Kash Patel. He just with those two words, our great patriots at the FBI, to investigate immediately Jeffrey Epstein's involvement and relationship with Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, Reid Hoffman, and get this, J.P. Morgan and Chase Bank and many other people and many other institutions, like the ones that definanced him. So let me break this down for you. Trump just swung. Look, I don't know of any other president in world history with the backbone the size of Liberty Bells to do what Trump just did. He literally just called out the name J.P. Morgan, Chase Bank, and tied it all to Epstein. This is interesting. So let's talk about it. Let me break it down for you, because right now, Washington, D.C. suddenly smells like panic, full panic mode. Let me start today by telling you what my grandmother, Lois Gatlin Terrell, always said. Sometimes it's best to let sleeping dogs lie, because old mess starts to stink when you stir it. Well, the Democrats have stirred the pot. They literally this morning had to take down a post that was circulating in Dem World. And in that post, they said that Trump and Epstein were together Thanksgiving 2017. Yes, when Trump was president and Epstein was a convicted child molester. Not convicted, indicted. Maybe he was convicted by then. Be that as it may. They had them together. Oh, they had the goods on President Trump until they forgot one little thing. When you're president, every detail of your day is documented. And yeah, that's right. There was no truth to it. They had to take it down. But you see, they're so determined to get what is not there. It's the same thing with Russia. These people never learn their lesson. You cannot get rid of STDs. That's called systemic Trump derangement syndrome. That stuff stays in people. There's no cure for it. Even after they've had their butts handed to them on literally plates. It's literally been served to them with barbecue sauce on top of it. And they still want to eat it. The Democrats are stirring the pot. They demanded these Epstein documents. They screamed full transparency. They wanted the release. But here's the million-dollar question, my fellow patriots, that we all need to ask. Can they handle what's about to come out of the pot? Because I've always said it on the Toto Show, truth may be a long time coming, but when it comes, it don't take long. Donald Trump, John Trump, the only president in history with literally the backbone the size of Liberty Bells, just dropped a nuclear tweet on Truth Social. Now remember, that's not just any man. That's the most powerful man in the world that just called out the name J.P. Morgan. Who does that? Only a man that has nothing to hide, has no fear, no intimidation, cannot be bought. God raised up the right man, ladies and gentlemen, a man that names names. He told the DOJ and our great patriots over at the FBI, that's a code word for Don and Cash, he told them to start digging into Bill Clinton, Reid Hoffman, Larry Summer, J.P. Morgan, Chase, all bridges built by Democrats that is rotten with termites, my fellow American. Here's the truth. No other president in the world would have ever touched this nest of vipers. Listen to those names, shall you? Bill Clinton, Reid Hoffman, Larry Summers, J.P. Morgan, Chase. Obama wouldn't have done it. Bush wouldn't have done it. Nobody, only Donald Trump. Now, there's another story out there today that makes me sad for America. I want to talk to you. None of you is going to agree with me right now, and I'll tell you why. I don't mean this crude or rude, snashy or trashy, but it's going to come out that way. We have lost the ability in America, it seems like, to think beyond the emotions of a moment. As a matter of fact, the river that runs deep is those men and women that think. And they're few and they're far between. I pray I'm one of them, because wisdom always runs in the minority. And there's an article that came out a few moments ago about a liberal lawyer. Now, I have lost no love for this woman at all. She and I are on total opposite ends of the spectrum. Her name, Kathy Rumler. You'll know that name because of all the documents that's being released. She was a lawyer that connected with Epstein way, way back, before he was ever convicted, before anybody knew what he was. And she was a young lawyer that was connecting with Epstein for the same reason any other lawyer would. He was connecting her with big name clients. Now, because we demanded that all these documents be released, pour them out on the streets. Now, because of that, this woman's name is out there. Now, her conversations with Epstein were horrible. What do I mean by horrible? They were making fun of fat people at the rest areas that are 100 pounds overweight sitting on the toilets. And, it was just a horrible, nasty chat. Right? But it was not illegal. No mention of minor children. It was not illegal. And now her career is over. Now I know, my fellow patriots, oh, well, it ought to be. She's a liberal. She's an American. She had a right to privacy. I mean, she had a right to have private communications with someone and it not be poured out all over the world. We're living now in a scary place in America. I am in total disagreement with all these documents being poured out in the city square. You know why? People can't handle it. And of course, I know you just disagreed with that, but I'm man enough to say what I think and what I believe without being bothered how it's received. Someone has to say the truth. Everybody's foaming at the mouth, wanting these files dumped right in the public square. We want the headlines, we want the screenshots, we want the humiliation. But let me show you something from a different angle. Are you able to hear a different angle today? It requires thinking. That liberal lawyer has family that depends on her to make a living. She's not evil because she's liberal. She's not evil because she's liberal. She's still an American. And we couldn't care less. We want to know what was said in private communications. I mean, come on, folks. Can we be real? How many of us have not said stupid stuff in private messaging with friends, family, loved ones, close associates, and yes, even made fun of people? Come on. And how many of you would appreciate if one of those people that you've been communicating with 10 years down the road, everybody finds out he's a child molester, and guess what? You didn't know that. But suddenly, it doesn't matter. Anybody he ever talked to. Now that woman that works for Goldman Sachs now as their lead attorney, she's over, okay? It's done for her. Nothing criminal. Now, here's my problem. She's being destroyed not because of any crime she committed, but our insatiable appetite for what we call the truth. I'm learning that we really don't want the truth, we want the dirt. And I'm also learning many people cannot truly find the truth because of emotions of the moment. Our nation has an addiction now to vigilante justice. We now behave like a medieval mob, storming the castle with our torches, screaming, give us the names, give us the blood, give us the screenshots. But let me ask you a question today. Why do we have a Department of Justice if we are that new department? Now, do you know why the Department of Justice never released this liberal lawyer's name? Not because they were hiding something, but because the woman was innocent. But if we just demand all the documents, what Trump just said, hey guys, this is what you want, you're about to get it. And the consequences are going to be disastrous, not because people are guilty, but because they are associated with the guilty. What a sad day in America. This is who we are now. The whole concept of innocent till proven guilty, oh, forget it. It's a lie. We don't even believe that. Now, that was a core American principle. We sent sons into battle to die for that principle that none of us, I believe in it. I take that back. I believe in it. I don't take any. Look, I don't like this liberal woman and but I am disgusted with what's going to happen to her career now because we demanded the documents. No, how about we demand justice through the Justice Department that we voted into office? You Democrats, you had a Justice Department that didn't release these documents. And I am very disappointed in our Justice Department. These should not be released except to proper authority. Because now we've demanded, I don't care who agrees with me, I'm telling you the truth. The undeniable truth. Innocent till proven guilty is being decimated right before our eyes, and we're clapping about it. I'm not. This liberal lawyer, I don't like her. But I will stand up for her right not to be destroyed, because now her name is thrown out there, children, all over America. She's over. Why have a Department of Justice? I mean, honestly, why bring all the documents to the district attorney when someone we think has committed a crime? Why even bring them the documents? Just throw them all up on Facebook, and we'll judge those people. Shut down the courts. Anyway, how many of you would want your private conversations with your cousins, your co-workers, old friends, people that you let your hair down with, say things you would never say in a public setting? Don't be a hypocrite. You want all those things exposed? We're so in love with exposure when we should be in love with justice. Justice gets done through a Department of Justice. And what we're seeing right now with these Epstein files, listen to me. Pam Bondi looked at those files. There was nothing there on Donald Trump. Nothing. Now that's being proven with this unloading of the documents. But what Donald Trump is saying is, all right, this is what you demanded. Be ready for the consequences, J.P. Morgan Chase. Now, here's the problem with all of this. J.P. Morgan may be innocent. I don't know. These other guys, Bill Clinton may be innocent. I don't know. Now it's being said that in the documents, Epstein wrote in the documents, Bill Clinton's never been to his island. Okay? What if Bill Clinton's innocent? Here's what Trump is saying. Because you're throwing my name out there, I'm going to throw we're going to play this game together. And you know what? J.P. Morgan may be innocent, but he might have some stuff that doesn't look so innocent. What a day we're living in America. You see, everyone is big talk about exposure until their inbox is on the chopping block. But hey, you Democrats, this is what you wanted. You're getting it. You poked the bear, honey. You thought you was going to weaponize the Epstein file against Trump and Republicans. You demanded the floodgates be open. And my grandmother always said, you might want to let that dog lie, darling. It's asleep. And now that Trump has said, all right, let's open all of them, Washington is suddenly sweating bullets. So it's over. If you listen to me and listen now, anyone that has ever been connected to Epstein, their lives are over. Why? We don't need them to be guilty or not. We just need to know if they were connected in any way. And if they are, bam, bam, Salem witch trials all over again. It's a dangerous world we're living in right now, my friends. Dangerous. Trump is the only man in modern politics willing to threaten these giants with their same game. The Democrats have stirred a pot they cannot control now. You're going to see a lot of innocent Democrats fall. A lot of innocent Republicans by association. Innocent people are about to get hurt because America no longer understands privacy and the right to privacy. This lawyer had a right to privacy. We cannot be so MAGA and so America first that we don't put American principles first. Innocent until a court of law. And how do we get to a court of law? The Department of Justice decides that. We elected a Department of Justice. Why do we not trust it? Oh, you're about to see the results of this document dump. No court, no trials. Oh, see, they was right. Now shut their business down. What a world we're in. Washington, D.C. is about to get very interesting. All right, I'm going to read some of your comments now and respond to them.